Hey guys, it's your boy MKS again. Hope you enjoy these videos. I'm really probably shouldn't, as I said in my last video, I probably shouldn't record them at night, but I really hope they come out well. So I hope I don't bore you to death. But yeah, I really appreciate your views and general support and all that good stuff. Please love me. That's what you call needy. And it probably doesn't help that I have tea at like 1:30 in the morning. But anywho, thought I'd get back to the list. 21 again. So one question I'd love to ask people for this video is, what are your values or ethics? What is the difference between them? I think I've thought a few questions. Like one, what do you think is the difference between morals, values, or ethics? Or are they the same thing, or principles? Because like to me, I use the terms interchangeably. So I'm a bit dumb, so I don't yeah, so like a lot of words I use interchangeably, but probably are not what I think they mean. So I probably should check the dictionary for the actual definition. I'm just going to move because my back. Try to sit back, but I don't want to move too far back because you might not be able to hear me. Anyway, sorry for the waffling. But yeah, what do you think is the difference between morals, values, and principles, or ethics, and things like that? Because as I say, I use terms interchangeably. And another question I'd love to ask you is, which do you prefer to call it, football or soccer? Which word do you prefer? I'm sure people in Europe will say football, and people in America will probably say soccer. And what is your favorite sport? And please check out my fellow dyslexic, his name's Sean Douglas at the Codpast, who does, please check out his video about the top 10 dyslexic sports stars. I think that's quite a good video, Codpast. So please check that video out. So I'm going to try and continue with the list. I can't remember. I'm sure there was another question I was going to ask, but I can't really remember it. Anyway, 21, I hope to support software developers across Africa. Again, I hope to support African technology, and on Saturdays and Sundays, I hope to support software developers in Africa. One way I hope to do this is to watch all the YouTube videos of software developers and give them a few views, and I hope that to encourage governments from Africa and also people who make YouTube videos about African software to reinvest any money they make from YouTube or whatever, and also to do crowdfunding or GoFundMe, and just to get as much investment as possible to train up young Africans in software, so that we can help to improve and advance African software. And I hope to also look at the history of South Africa, apartheid, and look at different stories and encourage Africans to talk about an Afrocentric version of history, and also to support them to write their own biographies, things like that. And yeah, I think I'll move on to point 22. Again, I hope in the future Africa can lead in software, and Africans can work together in software and technology generally, and improve the community and support Pan-Africanism from One Africa, and Central Africa can somehow bring together, because it's centrally located, so symbolically they can support Pan-Africanism. So if Africans share this video and encourage that idea and just encourage each other to bring together Pan-Africanism and things like that. 23, I hope to look at ways to network with people to fundraise for the poorest people around the world. Sorry if I repeat a few of these ideas, but yeah, 24, I hope, like as I say, to talk to people from Africa about what they think democracy is, and how we can network together and how we can build a Pan-African network and things like that. And maybe the global black diaspora, again, supporting African startups and things like networking together, discussing ideas and how to plan, and like black investors, especially investing, ones who have become financially successful, to invest in other black people and encourage them to develop plans, business plans, and look at how they can spend money wisely and invest and things like that. Point 25, I hope to listen to black and stroke or dyslexic people's opinions of like republicanism. Like, I'm quite a big fan of republicanism, as I said in some of my previous videos, and I suppose one of the dilemmas is apparently quite a lot of royals have dyslexia, but although I want to support my fellow dyslexics, like to me, although it's a bit rich for me to say because I've been on benefits for quite a long time for myself, so that's one reason why I want to make a YouTube video. But I think it's like good to encourage each other to become self-reliant, and the fact that royals are paid by the taxpayer, I think, is like the taxpayer doesn't have a choice. So it's like, to me, it's like quite forced. So I think it goes against libertarian values, and I'm generally quite libertarian, so that's why I'm quite support republics. And again, certain numbers remind me of certain things. So I try not to be too repetitive, but these lists help me to organise myself. Although maybe I don't know if they help me more. I don't know if I'd be more productive or more organised, and that I'd say most importantly more productive if I didn't use these lists. But it's hard to see without a crystal ball because I'm quite a creature of habit. Anyway, hopefully I'm not boring you with the details, I say. But yeah, 26, I hope to discuss like what people think about reparations. Would it be right? And have a civil discussion about reparations and the pros and cons about doing so. And I think there's some good debates like the Oxford Union and things like that, but maybe I think when the Oxford Union or Western institutions run events like that, really, it probably benefits Western countries, ironically. Like, so the Oxford Union had a debate about whether reparations are right for countries like India and parts of Africa and so forth, for colonization and things like that. And the thing is, like, I think with all these people coming to the Western Union, to the Oxford Union, it's sort of benefiting Britain's economy more, which I think is quite ironic considering they're talking about reparations. But if India or parts of Africa and all that held all those sorts of countries held these events, I think it would be kind of more fitting. That's my opinion anyway. And some of them could be held just online as well. But yeah, I'd love to discuss with people, especially, as I say, black and dyslexic people, which I keep mentioning, whether they think reparations are right or wrong, and give them the reasons why, and having debates. As I say, well, I try and listen to all opinions and not force my opinions onto anyone. And I generally never like to take away other people's freedom, just as I don't like other people to take away my freedom. But anyway, so 27. One of my ethical values is that I always try and reward people who I think do good things. So anyone who does something good, I always try and think of a way to reward them if I think they're generally meant to do something good, unless I think they were just doing that to look good. I also hope to encourage like ethical consumerism and things like that, and encouraging like sponsors and supporters by acknowledging them and listing them, so it raises their profile, like it's part of their PR. As again, I hope that makes sense. And 28, I hope to turn negative situations into positives, and again, like Central Africa, if Central Africa can stop the civil wars that go in there and make peace, and then it can encourage tourism, and that would benefit Africa a lot. And I think they could learn a lot from Rwanda, which had a genocide, and then they came together. And it's like I think Rwanda is a role model, as far as I'm aware, for the whole of Africa, really. So I think, or maybe even the rest of the world, even. And they're developing, although it takes a while, obviously, to do well because of the situation they were in. So, but I think they've done a lot of great things, and a lot of Africa can learn from them. But because Central Africa is called Central Africa, so I think symbolically it represents Central African, Central being a central hub for the rest of Africa to meet. And yeah, I think that would be great, turning a negative situation where it was that civil war into a positive, just like Rwanda. 29, I hope to look at how, as I say, I hope to look at how dyslexic people and other communities like the Black community, global Black diaspora, can network together and invest together and support each other, just generally encourage each other, and reasons to unite. I think dyslexic people, a lot of time we're told we're stupid or lazy or thick or dumb or whatever, and it's to prove our teachers, our people we went to school with, or even in some cases teachers, which you'd think wouldn't put down their students, but unfortunately, I think from what I hear, sometimes even it's not just other students, it's teachers who put students down. I think that gives an incentive for dyslexic people to work together and show what we can achieve. And I think Black people, there's a lot of similarities, coincidentally, because people say similar things about them, and there's negative stereotypes, which I think they could work together to turn around, and Africa using colonization as a reason to unite. And point 30, I say TBC, which are used to mean to be continued. So anyway, sorry, I hope I wasn't waffling that. I hope I made some sense and that you like some of my ideas. Yeah, I hope you enjoy watching these videos, and we'll leave any comments. I know some people might leave negative comments, so I suppose obviously, as I said before, you can't please everyone. Sorry if I'm really waffling again. But yeah, I hope I can use these videos, as I said before, to this channel to build positive, to make a positive impact on the world by helping people to network together and just generally support each other, and especially in developing countries, and how we can help Africa, as I say, through software, improve their software development and educate young software developers in Africa, and just generally bringing Africa together and the global Black diaspora, as I say, and dyslexics, and to prove our critics and haters and doubts wrong. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and God bless you all, and may God bless you all. Sorry, may God bless you all, and I really should go sleep. Good night.